Holy shit. He is distressed, man. Did someone tickle his butthole with... I didn't want you to say anything. Maybe that was up his ass. Yodeling.
Big breasts. Big breasts.
This is the console that I had a lot of faith in, and then my faith quickly soured. And we'll start with Crobcat's video because it pretty much summarizes what happened. So let's have some fun.
What if you could push a button and reset the entire video game industry?
Everyone always makes those bold claims. I get it, you're trying to sell something, but...
Anybody that wants to develop a game for television, there's a lot of hurdles for developers to get games onto the television. I love the...
Yeah, well, you see what Crobcat's doing right there, right? You see what Crobcat's doing right there, right? Is that, oh, the television sucks, but you want to get games on the television, but the television's terrible. Get some games on the television. Television sucks. Man, I love the television. Fuck the television. Which one is it? You're making a console for the television, but you're saying the television's outdated. Which, in terms of, I kind of get what she was saying in terms of conventional television. Yeah, we were, even in 2013, we were already kind of moving past that. I get it. But wrong optics there.
Television, and I want those games on the television. You have a relationship with the television and what's coming at you.
The project having successfully received $8.5 million.
Yeah, a lot of people, the snake oil was delicious that they were selling, man. I'll tell you, I bought into it. Rich, you have to dress up as Dr. Weird. Wear a dress that shows your nips and put a glass jar over your head. I will buy that outfit on Amazon tomorrow. Oh, double fart. So, at the time, you have to understand, now, looking back now, or people who didn't know about the Ouya, which I'm sure a lot of you don't, looking back now, it's like, what the fuck did people see in this? But you have to realize at the time, to get the indie games and shit that they were promising, it did seem enticing. Now, it's like, who gives a shit? But back then, it was a different time.
There's a funding.
I don't think the majority of people are going to buy it.
That's Terra Long, right? Oh, this is when I liked them all three at Rev 3 Games. That was a different time, though. We got IOSU 2005 as a member. Thank you. I don't dislike them, though. But I was a big fan of Rev 3. Big fan of Rev 3 Games.
Polsky asked Julie Ehrman,
is there a game that you feel like...
This is huge. This is fucking huge. This is huge what's about to happen. This is gonna knock you back in your fucking seat. You have a console coming out in a market that's already saturated with a bunch of hardware. This is a question that you want to nail. Julie Ehrman right here may have killed the console before it was even on store shelves. Or I don't even know, maybe this was after it came out. I have no fucking clue. Whatever, but it doesn't matter. Before or after, it'll kill it.
Is going to be the game yet that brings this to when people see it, they're like, oh, I'm going to spend the $99 because I have to play this game.
she looked off stage and she was like, what's the name of the one that I was playing?
Stalagfight. The company has...
Right there, it was over. Right fucking there, it was over. Right there, it was over. You have a console that you're like, yeah, it's not really powerful. It's not this, but it's going to have the indie games and bring games you can't get anywhere else on your TV. Oh, what games do you have? What's that game called? Stalagfight, Erect Cock. Oh! That actually worked. I didn't mean to hit both of them, but fuck, we'll go with it. We'll go with it. Oh, no. The whole purpose is because of the games, and you don't know any of the games. No! Julie, what are you doing? Why am I hitting my head? What the fuck does my head have to do with anything? But wow. No. Rip. Done. Nail in the coffin. Put it 6 feet under. It was over right there. It was over right there. Your whole reason for coming out, you don't have an answer for.
Also received an additional $15 million in venture capital funding.
How'd that work out?
There is nothing special about this board.
I get what she was saying, but that was a bad way to word shit.
Like, nothing, right?
You don't, by the way, you don't hear a lot of people when they're promoting their product.
Say
pick
that
it up,
anyone of
pick
you
it
can
up and
go
say
make
there's,
it.
there's nothing special
There's
about
nothing.
this.
The company which owns an
Yeah, it was literally just a Tegra, I believe it was a Tegra 3 in there. It was a Tegra 3 tablet just in a little fucking cube. 1 gig of RAM, a quad-core ARM Cortex, I forgot what, it's old. Yeah, it was just... Now, if it had games, who gives a shit? Technically, if you really think about it, the Switch is just a Tegra X1 tablet, but it has great fucking software. Man, oh man.
operates the E3 Expo, called the Los Angeles Police Department yesterday in an attempt to shut down Ouya's public presence at E3 2013.
Which was outside and not really a presence. His nipples look great in that shirt. Those are spectacular nipples right there. Well done, my friend. Ooh, yeah.
How many have you sold?
A lot.
Can you give me a range?
No, you haven't. Shut the... This is what I'm afraid the Amico is going to do. Not to bring up... Review doesn't shut the fuck up about the Amico. Because, again, they don't have to sell a big number to break even. So they may be like, oh, all you haters out there, we're financially solvent. How many did you sell? We sold some. How many? 2 million? 1 million? 110,000? Well, you got me. That's what I'm afraid is what's going to happen with the Ouya. I think I said this yesterday that, or not the Ouya, not Freudian slip. What's going to happen with the Amico is that they're going to be like, it's not even going to be about the sales and actually the company having long-term viability. It's just going to be them saying, "Oh, everyone's a hater, but we're not going bankrupt." That's great. What are you going to do a year from now? I guarantee you that's going to happen. I'm pretty sure I heard, but I could be wrong, and that's why I always pretext it with that asterisk. It may have even been Tommy that said it, but I could be wrong that they have to sell jack shit and still they could be afloat financially.
A lot.
Like, you're not going to tell me.
Oh, shut up. No, you didn't. That's such a lie.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you're not, because it really didn't fucking sell that much.
The Ouya Android console was supposed to ship to Kickstarter supporters in March. But as of today, many of those supporters have yet to receive their console.
Ouya has pushed back the launch date of its console system until June 25th, which is 3 weeks later.
I remember, man, that it was one of the first things that I reviewed when I first started full-timing YouTube. So it's weird, like, as much as this console was a complete failure, my memories around it are pretty good.
Than when it was originally.
Amico is the absolute best value for $250 if you want to play free mobile games. Oh, that stings a little bit.
Supposed to ship.
I bought it. It's the Ouya console.
Dreamt by gamers, designed in California.
Ouya comes with...
That was John Four Lakers, or now known as Techno Buffalo, now known as John Rettinger.
what you need to get coding and get famous.
The little box.
Yeah, okay, but now I'm going to defend the Amico. We got to be objective and keep an open mind. There's a lot of shit because of the pandemic that has been delayed. A lot of games, hardware is tough to find. You can't throw shade at something when the whole industry is kind of suffering from it. You know what I mean? What beat this thing in the ground was the Shield K1 or Shield. Yeah, I had a Shield K1. I had a Shield K1. You know, and that's what I'm saying. Like, having nothing special about the Ouya wasn't what killed it. If it had great games, it would have maybe survived or at least been like a niche console. But, like, the Switch is just a Tegra X1 fucking tablet. You know what I'm saying? It was just a Tegra X1 fucking tablet. The Switch. But it has great games. That's all that matters. And that's what, but you know, so if the Ouya had great games, it would have been fine, but it didn't.
Box. Inside this box
has
The controller just pops out, so I don't recommend opening it up like that.
All right, well, who opens up their fucking box? Like, open it up horizontal.
And so begins the revolution.
And so
begins the revolution.
The revolution.
Thank you for believing. It's probably in here for the Kickstarter.
Here's where all the extra Kickstarter money they got went to.
The company says the launch is delayed because it...
God, that controller, I'm getting like PTSD looking at that fucking controller, man. You have no idea. Like, you look at it and it doesn't look that awful, but holding it, it's like, wow, this is bad. Holy shit, is it awful. At least they'll give the Atari VCS. I still haven't turned the second one on yet. I should see if it works. I think I'll do that tonight after the stream. That's why I'm streaming earlier, too. Has great controllers. I think they were designed by a third-party company that makes, like, it's basically what I feel like, and I'm not wrong, it's a company that designs, like, third-party controllers for the Xbox One and PS4 and PS5 or whatever. They're pretty good. Even the old-school Atari joystick is pretty awesome. This, it may look okay, but it was fucking bad. It was the worst controller, build quality-wise, ergonomics-wise, everything that I have ever used. I pretty much can say that without hesitation. Maybe if you really want to go back in time, maybe like the Atari 7800 controller was worse. Power A made them. Power A makes the controllers for the Atari VCS, and they're pretty damn good.
needs more time to meet high retail demand.
The Ouya is a joke.
No shit. Yeah, the controller was $50, I believe. The controller's right above it. X-Men Origins Wolverine was actually a pretty great game, by the way. I recommend that game if you could find it somewhere.
Ouya's CEO also said the company's making adjustments to improve the controller.
Because it needed it.
The most important part of this to us is the controller.
We really focus a lot on what gamers are looking for. Precise controls, tactility, right sizing.
And you failed in every single department. No. Hey, you could disagree with me, that's fine, but my experience with the Ouya controller was it was by easily, hands down, the worst controller I've ever used.
Our controller has a touchpad. You're not going to find that somewhere else. And the reality is...
The new PlayStation 4 controller has a touchpad.
That's true.
Ha ha! Oh my god, that's such a fail. And to think the only reason they have the touchpad is, like I said, they could just port over more Android games for the Ouya. That was all that was about. That's all that was about.
They could build it for that.
So
the Ouya's controller is awful. Buttons routinely stick after hours, even minutes of use. The right trigger was stuck and had to be pried loose.
It feels very cheaply made. The D-pad is stiff and kind of unresponsive.
It has started to wear from only about a week of use.
The controller itself is
$50. It's half the price of the fucking console.
$50. The controller is literally half the price of the system.
There we go. New account. Here we go.
Payment.
I know, this is not a great way to start Ouya. Let me just make that perfectly clear.
Sony fucking gets hacked all the time, and we're going to trust Ouya with your information?
It's true. Remember that? We were just coming off that big hack, I believe, that happened in 2011 for the PS3. Remember that? Where PSN was shut down for like a month. That was insane. Remember that?
Yeah, right.
Ouya was made to be opened, so hardware hackers can mess around with it.
And the other bit.
Yeah, that's just what you want to say when you're putting in your credit card information. That was a great one, Julie. I know they were just editing text and her Chromecast was, but still, it's like you're making it like everyone can rip this console apart and do Lord knows with it. Here, put your credit card information in. It'll be fine.
Big addition is the fan, so that you can really crank performance of these games.
Right.
With over 600 games free to try, there's something for everyone.
There are.
Oh, yeah, I remember they were making a big deal about the fact that, like, Final Fantasy 3 was on there. Like, oh, the Ouya made it has a Final Fantasy game. I'm like, yeah, no.
No games on the Ouya. 99% of these apps are just little clones of Candy Crush and Angry Birds.
It's Mike Tyson on a motorcycle.
Ha! This is the kind of shit. Hey, these games kind of look familiar. I don't know why it's kind of ringing a bell in my head. Why do these games look so familiar? I I don't know. Just going right past me right now. Come on, Mac Bison. Look at that little Easter egg. Come on, Mac Bison.
What more could you ask for?
The caliber of games is also lacking. Many are good for 20 minutes of novelty, but I found myself getting bored quickly and never revisiting them.
$60? This game sucks. $60? Oh, I could have bought food.
Wait.
Ouya.
We created a gateway to the independent gaming revolution.
Wait, that was an ad for Ouya? Really? Yeah, that was kind of generous of IGN, wasn't it?
Just rain. That's all it is. It's just rain on your screen, just like that.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not kidding. What? What's going on over in this?
Absolutely.
Babes.
What is going on? Absolutely. What is happening?
We believe that every single game you should try before you buy.
The Ouya no longer requires games to be free to play.
Dude, probably somewhere like in a closet under a bunch of shit, or maybe it was. I think maybe I threw it. I think I actually kind of vaguely remember throwing it out. Kind of wish I didn't, but I did. It is what it is.
Now this latest change feels like another kick in the teeth for Kickstarter backers, as a free-to-try feature was one of the main selling points of the console.
It's slow, and it's not working that well, and everything just seems off.
The settings, you'll see it's entirely unchanged from what you would find on your phone.
Oh, that was Austin Evans. Hey guys, this is Austin. And the Ouya is a piece of shit.
If you do not give me a fix for it this week, I will film myself pissing on the Ouya.
Like many of the games that are on the system, the Ouya is very rough. It's unfinished.
You just have to rethink television gaming. It's about taking advantage of the most immersive device we have with the best controller and creating a new experience.
Isn't the most immersive would be like VR?
Ouya is now on the auction.
This is what the Amico sees. Dude, yeah. You took the words out of my mouth. But anyway, yeah.
Block. It is horribly in depth.
Mundane Matt here in the building, man. We got Boulder Talk Radio right here.
And it has made no money, and it is screwed.
They're gonna have to sell the company to make money.
They sold it to Razer too, and Razer kept it afloat for like shockingly what 2 or 3 years. Like who the fuck was playing it? What did they? I think it was like 2019 they shut it down, right? That's a long time for a console that you could pretty much say was almost completely dead in 2014.
To refund the investors.
So basically what happened is Razer bought Ouya.
Yeah, Razer bought it. I was right.
Yeah.
After a few months of rumors regarding Ouya's future, CEO and co-founder Julie Ehrman revealed the acquisition on Twitter Day. Ehrman also hinted at her own departure from the company, stating, quote, "Ouya was once in a lifetime experience. Now I'm off to find the next. Stay tuned."
Yeah, it's like, oh, it was great. I'm the fuck out. Hey, Dad, happy horse day. Thank you, sir. Look at you using my face there. Yeah, she just ran. She fucking ran. There was a smoke trail behind her running out of that company.
Best joke of the year! The Ouya!
Imagine if you could press a button and reset an entire industry.
Very symbolic. You can't even play the Ouya now, I'm pretty sure. Even if you tried, the servers are all gone. There's no fucking games for it. It's literally, if you don't have games already downloaded on it, it's literally just a doorstop. 4 years later. That was a pretty comfortable bed.
Oh no.
Hey there, friends. How's it going? My name is Kevin, and today
It's a nice looking console you have there, Kevin. I'm liking it.
we are playing with.
He has the plastic on it still. Look at this guy.
the Ouya again. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Ouya in case you're not familiar, because it really is an interesting little console, the journey it's been on. Then we're going to play some of the hilariously bad games on it. And
Wait
then
till you see
we're
these
going to try and
games.
finally make it into something useful, because I'm afraid that this store for the Ouya has been shut down, which unfortunately for us means that, much like myself after a few whiskeys, even though the lights are on, no one is home. It is just an empty vessel, much like myself. But
Yeah, it's just a Tegra 3 tablet with nothing to it.
lucky for us, a man by the name of Christian Wasecki, apologies if I'm pronouncing that wrong, has created his own Ouya server that you can connect to, which means we will
What? This makes me kind of want to get one.
get to
Get
enjoy
outta here.
some horrible games. But
Yes, it was a decent idea at its core, and for its time, Jarvie rocks. Thank you for becoming a member. It was, and for its, like, at the time, it looked like it was solving a problem that needed to be solved. But once the big three said, all right, we're going to embrace indie games more, and on top of it, it had nothing that was a must-have at launch, it was motherfucking A, son. Like, it was over.
But as I said, I want to give you a quick rundown about where the Ouya came from and what happened on its miserable little journey. So what the Ouya is essentially is an Android box. It was branded as a micro console.
It is an Android. It's not branded essentially. It literally was a Tegra 3 tablet chipset that was supposed to be in tablets. Like, that's absolutely what it was, just in a different shape.
And it came out around the height of the Kickstarter craze. And I know Kickstarter is still a big thing, but back then it was huge. Everyone was
Yeah, it was. He's right.
loving Kickstarter. And the Ouya raised over $8.5 million. I cannot overstate how
I remember playing that game on the Ouya, that Gears of War knockoff. I forgot what the fuck it was called. It's pretty bad.
hyped this little console was, which is weird because nowadays I couldn't see this working whatsoever.
No, it wouldn't. He's 100% right. Again, because it actually seemed like it was solving a problem that needed to be solved. And now that problem has been solved, so no one gives a shit. Anyway.
It was in the perfect place at the perfect time. You know,
Jarvie,
watching this
thank you for
trailer
becoming
now,
a member,
I'm
man.
confused what the framing is, because it's like if I did my video and I was way over here for no reason whatsoever. I don't know why she's down there. To be fair, you can understand why people got behind it, because it was a really polished marketing campaign. The woman in the trailer is actually Julia Ehrman, who's the CEO of Ouya, and she got a lot of flack, partially because she lied a lot.
Because our controller has a touchpad. You're not going to find that somewhere else.
Spoiler, you can.
The reality is...
the new PlayStation 4 controller has a...
Ouya is tremendous. Ouya is a tremendous gaming console, just like my spray tan penis. Micro console, micro launch, micro penis. That was Phil sniffing my micro penis.
Touchpad.
That's true. I think we built it.
I was actually going to find and source that information myself, but he just addressed it directly on stage, and she's like, yes, it's true. I just lied to you. I hoped you didn't pick up on it, but obviously you're...
Wonder if she, not just to be objective, wonder if she lied or just totally like, oops, fuck, I forgot about that. I think that's what it was. Rich, can I get a spread your cheeks? Of course.
Spread your cheeks and just go to town.
Smarter than I thought you would be.
I mean, one of the things that Ouya is doing is bringing the best model of games today to the television. So we believe that every single game you should try before you buy.
Why does her neck, every time she talks, like all the muscles in her neck get really tense? You know, watch.
They may believe in it, but
or no.
They're not going to deliver on that. They also didn't do that. They abandoned the free-to-play model that they said was kind of...
Yeah, that was pretty brutal too. I forgot about that. This guy's bringing up something. What the? Why is this like lipstick? It's good chapstick, but I need to use chapstick because people are like, Rich, you look like you have herpes. I don't have fucking herpes.
part of the idea. You either get the game for free or you try it for free. That was thrown in the trash, much like many of the Ouyas.
There is nothing
I think that literally what happened to my Ouya. I think I literally threw it in the fucking trash.
special about this board. Nothing.
She was being honest.
Yes, was the beef Wellington
I'll give her
good?
credit there. She's honest there.
Nothing.
But look, I suppose the important thing really is that despite all of this, in their most recent update, they say, gonna fix this. We just gotta wait for them to fix it.
We're still we're still waiting.
What do you mean Razer's closing the Ouya store after...
Wait, when did they say the date was on that? I'm curious.
Gonna fix this. We just gotta wait for them to fix it.
Dude, that's a real... that's almost 6 years you could have been playing your Ouya. So for the two people that actually were enjoying their Ouya, they got a long life, a 6-year lifespan for especially a shit console. I gotta give them credit. Like, holy ass, man, that's pretty impressive. I gotta say, for a console that no one was playing, you know. It's like going into a mall that's still open and then there's like just two people walking around in there and one is drunk and one is homeless. And it's like, who's shopping at this mall? But it's still open for some fucking reason.
What do you mean Razer's closing the Ouya store after purchasing the company? But it seemed so promising. It had a touchpad. Where else could you get a touchpad?
Nothing.
And I know that they openly said there's nothing special about it, but it was special.
It's Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, man.
To me, the comments are still live also. Look, I tripped over my Ouya the other day and skinned my knee. That's the most fun I've had with it since launch.
That's pretty good. Horses.
Okay, so here we are. You can see my username up the top left, by the way, if you want to add me on the Ouya. So let's take a look at the games. I'm curious what is 17 plus on the Ouya. Battle with...
I gotta see, man, because this is crazy that they have this shit. I remember playing that game where it was like a dude who was a lumberjack beating the shit out of bears. What the fuck was that called?
My mind, what the hell is that? Anything that mentions God in the first line is good for me. I'm in. I'm Catholic. I can't resist. Oh my god, what is this? This is very heavy. Saying that I'm gonna lose my wife and child? What? What in God's name is this? Oh.
What is this? What is this?
Oh my god, it's actually hurting my eyes. What? What are you doing? Oh, this is Negative Thought from the intro. I should have recognized you. I'm very familiar with you. I think Negative Thought killed me. Okay, that's the end. Let me try that again. Is this hurting anyone else's eyes? I'll stop playing this soon, I promise.
What is with the what is with the terrible animation? Seems familiar. What is with like the fucking wireframe? What is going on?
You, if not for my own good, for your good. I love running sideways because it looks like he's endlessly just about to fall over. Okay, I reached the end. Not sure what to do now. Sam 23-4. Yeah, though I walk. What? I can't read a Sam that fast. I'm not that good of a Catholic. You are both weak and will faint of hunger. Can't listen to these negative thoughts. Stage 2. Oh my god, every level design is like this. You know what? I can listen to these negative thoughts, and these negative thoughts are right now telling me to close the game. If I can...
That is a really, really, really bad game. Holy shit.
Figure out how. There's there's this button, the Ouya button, that I thought would bring me back, but there's no like start button or pause. I don't know. I'll be right back. Aha! I got it. You have to double tap it. That's weird. What do you think of this game? My mother told me if I have nothing nice to say nothing at all. Not to worry though, we have Wrestling
Here we
Revolution.
go. Here we go. Look at the old, you can tell it's old by the old Twitter logo. Look at the Twitter logo. And it's 3D like people give a shit about. Everything's 3D.
Take out my anger. Hold on. Wait, what?
Oh no. Oh no. This is Ouya quality. This is what you get.
Which one am I? What? This is all very sudden. I don't understand what is happening. Where am I? Am I the one on the floor? Oh, that is me.
That's a great polygonal ass right there, isn't it?
Okay. Oh,
it's like an upscaled PS1 game. This wasn't acceptable back in 2013. What is this?
Kicked him, yay.
There's like no, like all the shadows are like a vague circle under them. This is awful.
Hold on.
Look at the crowd. The crowd. Look at the people in front. They're literally flat. Just oh my god. This would Rich, don't deny you want to play the amazing frog. You can fart. That is true. You can fart.
I've taken the belt and now I am the winner. Can I just leave with the belt? I'd rather not fight. Oh my god, the sound is awful. Wait, the camera swapped and then it came back and I'm just
What is...
on the floor.
I didn't even know this was on
Just
this.
leave the ring. Oh god, someone's coming for.
Why does it look like there's a fucking ring against the ring?
Okay, I'll leave the ring again.
Why is look at the people in front, like usually like when games press circle to continue. Ouya. Why why would you and look at the crowd in the back, it's just going like this. Like they're not even animated at all. Like
wait, that one looks exactly like me.
Oh, they're just going like this. Oh no.
The fake crowd
is
going wild. Where's the skeleton going? He's climbed up just to show off his balance. Oh no, he's backing out of the arena. He's just
just like, fuck this game, I'm out of here. He's just like, I'm
taking his
leaving.
eyes off us, and he's gone. Ow, Jesus. Okay, I thought I found like the no-go zone in the middle, you know, the demilitarized zone where I
Steam has better, yeah, it does.
could just stand
This
here
is
and not be bothered.
embarrassing.
What? I think I just...
Why would you even why would you let games like this on the platform? You were better off just porting over all of like the decent Android games. Wow. Look at the oh, look at that is like
fell out.
Look at them just going like this.
Newbie Nate has been eliminated.
Oh.
Coach Emerson has
I don't even care about the actual wrestlers. What the fuck is going on with the crowd?
been eliminated also. He hates me so much he just followed me out. All right, that's enough of that. I like how the Ouya is like, you may also like...
You may also like throwing the console out of your fucking window.
It can't figure out what I might like based off of this game. Just Rain, a soothing audiovisual rain simulator. Okay, fair enough. Like, I could just open a YouTube video, but fair enough. If it's a game, it's a game, I guess.
Yeah, there's plenty. I love those YouTube videos, man. I watch those all the time to help me go to sleep.
Badass versus hipsters. All right, let's give this a go. I feel like I have a badass.
I have an amazing ass. DSP does not laugh like that. Don't ever say that this sample is directly from him. Stop! Let me tell you how he laughs. He laughs like this. Ha 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 ha. Duh.
Fucking hipsters.
What?
Oh
okay,
no,
this is
no,
gonna
no,
be
no.
awful. I'm already cringing a little.
I think I may have to get an Ouya to try these games and stream them.
Oh, I hate this so much already. I don't understand what I'm doing. Am I supposed to be hitting him?
Are they fucking sperm? They made the mistake. Ooh, yeah. I want to dress up as a giant. I just want to dress up as a giant Kool-Aid man and just jump through a bunch of pieces of thin paper and scare the shit out of people. Like, we are sperm right now. Someone just busted a nut and
okay, I'm supposed to be hitting him. Okay. I'm just mashing A and it's making weird noises and hitting into the other ones.
Real men don't need female chromosomes.
What? What is this?
And what the what are they? What are they? What do we have here?
How do you think they made sunglasses that small? I don't understand. I'm supposed
Why do these guys just look like someone just took like a bunch of like circles in Microsoft Paint and just kept on? What is going on?
to be a badass, but I'm on like a tricycle.
What is with his hair? Why does he have Donald Trump's hair? Why is he on a tricycle? Why it? Fuck. First time I heard about Ouya was Alpha Omega Sin talking about how backers got screwed in 2013. Oh, yes, because they did. The consoles actually came later to them than they did to retail. Come on, Rich. Can you play as a sperm on the PS5? Bobby, you got me there. You fucked me there, Bob.
Am I supposed to be like super?
I have the most tremendous triangle. This is pre-spray tan, believe me. I'm actually taking my tricycle to Melania, and she's going to spray tan all of my holes, and I have a huge, tremendously large penis. Which one? I never tried Mr. Balls, but I have Amazing Frog. I think I actually have that on Steam.
Super young, right?
Yeah,
Now
Johnny
I don't
Bravo.
know. Oh, I found Waldo.
This is like Renegade, the arcade beat. That was actually pre-Double Dragon, except worse, because you had those like motorcycle scenes.
Okay, well, he didn't like Waldo. Okay, yes, I mean...
Why is my hair spiked now? Why is it muscular? Why? What is even going on?
High school right now. I don't feel like a badass. I feel just like a psychopath.
This is like a fucking fever dream that I would have, and wake for, and like, you know, you remember pieces of it, and you wake up and you're like, the fuck was that about? This is a game.
Fuck you, Waldo. Just before you
fuck you, Waldo,
think I'm actually good at a game, I just want to be clear that...
Is he riding a sperm? Is he riding a fucking sperm?
I
is
am
that
just smashing what?
Yes, he's riding. He is. I believe he is riding a sperm that now has legs.
One button, like I'm not hitting any.
Yes, there is sperm. I have no words. This game is proof that T. Jesus died invading to legally change his middle name to fucking
Direction whatsoever. I just keep hitting A. Oh.
You are on a sperm with legs, beating the shit out of another sperm. This is... I will say, maybe Julie was right. This is a game that you can't get anywhere else. Or it's an AT-AT. He's... Okay, that makes it even weirder. Let's go with AT-AT. He's on a fucking AT-AT, beating the shit out of a sperm.
Over and over and over again.
Fuck yeah.
I can't... I have been in YouTube full-time for almost a decade, and this is the first time that I'm at a loss of... I just came to get something to eat! I just came to beat the shit out of sperm on an AT-AT and then ride a rainbow! I don't understand. I don't understand anything.
I can't understand what they're saying. Is that game over? Did I win? Am I a badass now?
It looks like he's humping the AT-AT too. He's like, yeah, may the force be in your metal hole.
Yes, I guess I am. Okay, well, no, I don't want to rate this.
Was that even really a game? The Alex Jones stream was more coherent than this. Like, at least, like, he has a direction. It may be a deranged one, but he has a direction. This was just like, I don't even know, a developer. It was probably like a 15-year-old that would literally tried acid for the first time and was like, this is going to happen. Is that guy writing it? Is that guy humping an AT-AT and beating the shit out of a sperm? Yes, don't question it. That's what's happening. And just hit buttons and pray.
This game. Oh, I got an idea. How about a political game? Just because doing religious games was
Reagan versus
bad enough.
Because it's still 1986, sure. Rich, the truth is frogs were gay from the start. Turn the freaking frogs gay! Ladies and gentlemen, we are being irradiated in the northern hemisphere right now due to Fukushima. I have the purest iodine pills here. What's funny at the time is that until I slapped sense into myself, I almost bought them too. I was a dumb fuck. I was a dumb fuck. Courtney.
I'm gonna do political games now. I just want to find something everyone can enjoy. Wait, they're taken hostage by militant extreme?
Why does this look like that has a color palette of a Sega Genesis game? Why is there dithering? Or it looks like a VGA game that...
They're in Iceland. What? I knew they were up to something out on that island. This is such a bizarre idea for a game. Alright, I got a key and I passed it to Gorbachev. Now I'm all gonna open this door. Touch non-alert enemies from behind to kill them. Touch of death. There you go. Oh wait though, won't they come around and see the body? There we go, got him. He didn't seem to...
This actually looks like the coolest game so far, though. I will say, this actually, like this looks like something that may actually almost be somewhat, in a weird way, enjoyable. I'll give them that.
Care about the dead body. Might just be siesta time. You know what they're like in Iceland. Hola, amigos. ¿Qué tal? At least this actually feels like a game, you know?
There we go. All right, it's not just me.
It's
Okay.
a bit of an odd concept, but it feels like a game. And there we go. Sucked into the air duct by the looks of it. Regan's like, come on in, Gorbachev. Which country launched the first satellite? That was the Soviet Union, Sputnik. Not only is this game fun and dramatic,
It's educational, too.
it makes me feel intelligent. Oh god, I've opened fire by accident. Oh no, Gorbachev is dead. Regan's just standing there in shock. I'm worried I'm saying both of their names wrong. It's Gorbachev and Reagan, right? Meh,
I mean, at least
Gorby and Reagan.
I mean, I'm sure this game is terrible.
Good shot, Gorby. Uh-oh, I missed. Hold on. No, 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 no. Ray-gun, help me. Help me, Ray-gun. He didn't do anything. He's just slashed at the air. Like, if you get in my way, it's your own fault.
Excellent.
It was shot by...
Excellent AI, 12 out of 10 IGN.
Would-be assassin 1981. That is Mr. Ray-gun. All right, I feel intelligent enough now. I'm ready to move on. What the hell? This looks cool. I went to the kids section, but this just looks awesome. I'm getting this game. Back to bed. Oh my god, even the art style is so good. Oh my god, no, he's going out the window. Does anyone want to stop him? Is this his dream world? Because I feel like this dream is slowly becoming a nightmare. Good thing he's got his dog man friend to save him.
Get up safely to bed.
Okay.
Definitely looks like the most polished game, but holy fuck is this weird.
Okay, that's a terrifying voice. Oh, I am the dog man friend. Okay. This is so scary, but I love it. Oh god, the dog's on his two hind legs. Oh no, he's gonna walk off. Hold on, hold on. There. Okay, and now he's gonna turn. He got to bed.
All right, this actually doesn't look that bad.
This is such a charming little game, you know, other than the whole cursed dog man friend thing. Okay, there you go. And then, oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 no. Yeah, then you'll go in there. Yes. Oh, that's thinking on your feet right there.
All right, this is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. This actually doesn't.
Beds are good. You know, the sad thing is, I'm getting sleepy, and like it's not even lunchtime yet. Oh god, this is very overwhelming all of a sudden. They're not what they seem. Oh no, the controls are going so wacky as well. In you go now. Listen to your...
What kind of Salvador Dali is? I mean, at least this is a clever concept. I'm not saying it's the first time something like this has been done. This is not awful, though.
Dog thing. You see, the Ouya isn't all bad. It feels like the problem here was lack of any sort of quality control whatsoever.
There is nothing special about this board.
Like when
that was the problem, is that there was no quality control.
You compare this lovely, charming puzzle game to Badass versus Hipsters. They're very, very different levels.
Yes.
The problem is, for every one good game you find, you gotta go through so...
This was like the problem with the Atari 2600. This was like a modern version of it. And that's kind of what brought on the crash, is that there was no quality control. Like literally, I believe it was like Purina was making Atari 2600 games. There was nothing. People were just dumping out shit thinking, oh, the Atari 2600 selling, or whatever. Yeah, the Atari 2600 selling. So we could just release shit. People will buy it.
So much shit. Who needs Angry Birds when you got
cheeky chickens? Cheeky chickens. Chickens with cheeks.
Spread your cheeks and just go to town.
cheeky chickens, huh? But to tell you the truth, I was never really an Angry Birds fan. I'm more of a...
I always hated Angry Birds, even on phones. I remember the first time I played, I had a Samsung Intercept, and fuck that phone and fuck that game. It actually that was like the only thing that Intercept did well, is it ran Angry Birds kind of, sort of, barely okay. Which is pretty sad, because even back then, that wasn't a very demanding game.
Hide the baby kind of guy. Time remaining. Okay, come on, baby. Hold on. We gotta hide you. Found item wine. Can I feed it to the baby? Found item mustache. Oh, great. I'll just stick the mustache.
Why would you just find a mustache laying around? Why would you just have a house with a mustache laying around? What is behind the TV? Is there fucking assless chaps? Why is there a mustache just laying? Oh, there was a dildo on the kitchen table. What is going on? Why is that a mullet or is that long hair?
Baby, and they'll never be any the wiser.
Oh, that's a woman. Never mind.
Not a baby. Okay, perfect. Now drink some wine to prove you're over 18. There you go. I'm ready. I'm Inspector Mad or Mao. Is it? Okay, I thought it was.
This is the way of the future. I need to cancel my PS. Dude, this is bonkers that anyone dared to get away with this even in 2013, man. This is bonkers.
Mad. I was like, great. I got a mad inspector. What are my odds of winning here? What do we have here? It's clearly not a baby.
Could you imagine, like, if CPS showed up to your house, like, oh, what do we do? Wait a second. All right, I'll put a mustache on the baby, give it some wine, and then put totally not a fucking baby on its forehead. They'll never know that there's any problems here. Phew, got away with that one. I didn't mean it. That was out of control. I'm sorry. That was out of control. I did not mean for that to be that violent. I'm sorry.
As you can see, it's labeled. This is clearly a baby. Okay. I get the genius one.
And you're giving it wine.
Of course. I'm taking this baby right now. Okay, I lost my baby. I mean, I was probably going to lose it to the inspector or the wine. One or the other. So I guess it doesn't really matter. Your family was destroyed. Wait, they just killed us all? Or what do you mean?
How is anyone even, like, how is this even a how do you disguise a baby so it doesn't look like a baby? What do? Dress it up like an Oompa Loompa from fucking Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? How it, like, let's be honest, it's like those shitty browser game websites from like 2006, 2008, but there is a console dedicated to them. Hey, that sounds so familiar. I can't. Wonder what. Not coming to my head right now. Why do you come?
Fuck you! Give me my chicken!
I put a top hat on top of the lampshade and I put it inside it so it looks like it's on the television, and the wine is just there because I was day drinking. I'm Irish. It's very believable. What do we have here? Oh, I was just watching the
You don't have to be Irish. I know a lot of people that aren't Irish that day drink, bro.
That's the new news anchor. It's odd that you keep so many belongings.
For intro guy sobered up, he was day drinking quite a bit. I gotta use some more of my chapstick here. Dad needs some chapstick. There actually was some of those. I remember being at a job where I was at a desk job. That was a psychiatrist's office that I worked at, where Ralph ended up being a patient and started stalking me even worse. And there are some pretty fun fucking games on those websites. These are worse. These are by far, most of them anyway, seem shittier. Where is my mustache, honey? Where else? Stuck on my butt cheeks. That's often where I keep my mustache at night. When I go to bed at night, I actually just peel off my beard and put it on my ass. True story. I'll send an Instagram picture to all of you.
Draped around your TV, and that you keep your TV in a crib. Wait a second. This is a baby. Oh, for feck's sake. Your family was destroyed. You know what? That's canon, and I'm okay with that.
Your family was
Alley Cat
destroyed.
Simulator. Finally, a game I can relate to. Being an unwashed, unwanted animal.
I'm always an unwashed, unwanted animal.
Simulation mode. Oh my god, what? They're freaking out. Okay, I'll just be the alley cat, please. No, you're not allowing me? What do I do then? Can I be one of the other ones? Can I be the farm cat? What's the goal? What am I doing?
What is this? What PS1 shit failure that didn't come out for the actual console and Ouya took it as is?
It was never explained to me. I don't understand. Why am I going fast? I got a fish. Am I running from the dog or is he my friend? I'm running from the dog. Okay, I think I died. I'm done with this game.
Wow.
Oh, Vegas bowling. This looks...
Oh no. This looks like something you would see in a knockoff Wii console when everyone was making knockoff Wii consoles when it was really popular.
High quality. Let's go. I just dropped the ball. Wait, what? I had no impact over the way that was going at all. I just hit A. All right. Fair enough. Oh, there goes the other one. And it's going in the gutter again. Can I have...
Wonder if that's ray tracing where you see the the pins on the... I'm kidding. It's obviously not ray tracing.
Any impact on this game? Oh, there's my opponent. Okay, well...
Oh my god. What website did they get those generic characters from? What EA thinks single-player games are like, yes. That is quite true.
They're a lot better than I am. You know, who even...
The sound effect. Why does the sound effect sound like it came from a WAV file that was on, like, dial-up internet off of AOL back in 1995? Did you hear that?
Needs lockdown to end, really. Like, this is very fun. Game over. Thank God. I lost hard. Now, this is my kind of game. Cat lateral damage. Oh my god, that cat is terrifying. Jesus, that's so scary. Try and domesticate me, will you?
Yeah, these games are entertaining for reasons they should not be entertaining. You are absolutely 110% correct, RG.
Just breaking all of their stuff.
I mean, at least this has some kind of, like, that cell shading style. At least we're there with that.
To this cheery music. There you go. Done. Wait. What? Oh, the pot landed up there, for God's sake. What? Oh, okay. It fell off. Jump in the box. Oh, I can't resist. I'm a cat. I gotta get in the box. Oh, God damn it. The pot isn't open. I was gonna try and cook myself. That would show them.
I mean, at least this looks like someone put effort into it.
The thing is, I wouldn't say that game is particularly fun, but at least it's polished like an
yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Actual game. The problem is it's $9.99, and honestly, past 9 seconds, you start to feel like, I could be playing something else. But I think that's enough of the native Ouya games. We gotta make this thing into an actual usable device, so it's not just sitting in my closet. Or I could use it as a doorstop. That is less effort. You want no we'll make it into an actually fun thing to use.
What do you do? Emulation,
and the key to
right?
making the Ouya fun, you ask? Emulation. There are plenty of emulators you can get for the Ouya and plenty of guides to show you how, and that is exactly what I'm going to do with it. So I've installed a ton of emulators here. PS1.
Yeah, it's such a dated chipset, though. How does it run?
Game Boy Advanced, you got Nintendo 64, the PSP, and a lot more. The ones I'm particularly interested in are the PS1 and Game Boy Advanced emulators. I've got a lot of games for these, but it's just not very accessible to play them on the old devices. So I'm going to go ahead and get my ROMs loaded up and get my games onto this instead. I will be right back. You know, I intended to show you some of the games that I wanted to install and maybe even launch one or two and have a quick go off them. But as I installed them, I figured maybe this was a better way to end the video. Me just genuinely enjoying the games and just playing them because I was a little bit hooked. And I think the Ouya has earned its permanent spot in my living room, which I never thought I would ever say ever. Not only is it a way of conveniently playing my retro style games in my living room on one little box with the same wireless controller, which by the way has a touchpad, apparently. I don't know, I didn't use it once the entire day, so I don't know why she made a big fuss about it. It's kind of a double whammy for me because not only am I sentimental about the old game.
Yeah, but you could find a billion different devices to do, like, you're emulating systems that a fucking potato can emulate. So why does it need to be an Ouya? Like, okay, maybe it's novelty of, like, everyone will be like, hey, what the fuck? Oh, it's Ouya. Oh, that's that shit console that no one played, right?
Games that I've been playing on here, but I also have a bit of a soft spot for the Ouya, as weird as that sounds. It's a terrible console, but that video I made back in 2017 kind of exploded on my...
Hey, Rich, would you play Ouija board game on Ouya? Sure. Maybe I'll pick one up and play the, like,
and that's where a huge amount of growth came from. That video took off, then a Spider-Man video took off, and then all of a sudden all my videos were taking off, which is funny because I'm not very proud of that video. I didn't think it was very good. If I had known at the time it would be seen by more than a couple of hundred people, I probably would have made it a lot different. But here I am again 4 years later. History repeats itself, and I hope
that is so insane
that I can be proud of this one, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Who knows, maybe in another 4 years I'll make another Ouya video, if I'm lucky enough to still be making videos, and if I'm lucky enough to still have a functioning Ouya. Oh god, I really hope I have a functioning Ouya. But this video weirdly meant a lot.
Yeah, you could turn a Switch into an emulator, a Raspberry Pi, especially the newest, the Raspberry Pi 4, into an excellent emulator. Like, okay, it's cool. It's kind of an interesting novelty, but then you're using that controller, which the controller is hot gar. All right, I mean, hey, I guess it does make it more viable in the guy's defense.
To me, I hope I can iron out some of the kinks that I'm having with the emulators, and I'm hoping that it can be a fun little retro console to have in the living room, and also a bit of a story about.
I thought you said it was a fun little console to have in the living room.
What it's done for me in this weird roundabout way. That's it for me. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.
What a strange. All right, so let's look at my console review.
Yeah, I'm going.
Yeah, July. This was like early on when I first started full timing this shit. Prepare for the table. So here's the cucumber. All right. So let's watch my review. I'm back.
The Ouya.
Oh no.
The Ouya. The Kickstarter darling of 2012.
Which it was. That is true.
The independent console that was going to be the haven for indie developers and allow them to have a popular platform that they could get their games on.
Please tell Sexy Intro Thighs he is greatly missed. Yeah, he knows, man. He knows the demand is there, but hey, like I said, he took a job offer in California. It's where he is. He's probably naked on a beach somewhere right now.
Without any hassle, even though Sony and Microsoft pretty much have given the same thing. But is the Ouya, after all this time and all the delays and all the controversy, is it worth picking up for $99 US? Well,
I actually do play
some
some
that
games.
later. But first, let's take a look at the hardware itself. This is the console. Probably my favorite part of it. I think this thing is gorgeous. I really like the design.
Yeah, it is a nice looking console. I'll still stick to that.
I like how small it is, and it's very clean. I like the tapered lines on the bottom. They have the Ouya logo right in front there. It's engraved. It's not just put on with paint, so it'll last. Really sweet. Maybe one of the best looking consoles I've ever seen.
Oh, wow. It had an Ethernet port. I didn't even realize that. Interesting. Okay.
Personally, in my opinion. So, design-wise, it looks great. It actually has a fan in it, too. I'll explain that in a second. Which sounds like, why would you explain a fan? But
yeah, because they boosted the chipset's clock speed to get more out of it, which didn't say much.
There's a reason. But let's take a look at the console in terms of power button on top. Really simple design. On the back here,
I have no idea where it is. I'm pretty sure I threw it out. Hey, Rich, I didn't get a notification. Love you, brother. Well, actually, I'm kind of... Dude, the viewership, especially on this secondary channel, is shockingly good. Shout out to G2PO and them not exist. Oh, shit, yeah. Wasn't that Guns for Hire or something like that YouTubers thing?
You have USB 2.0, so it only has 8 gigabytes of storage in here, so if you need to add an external hard drive or a flash thumb drive, you could do that.
Oh my god, it only had... Were you wearing a bra in this video? No, I was naked. Duh. I was naked, dude. Come on. Even the Ouya. That is true. Even the... Like, they're bragging about the fact they have an internet port on the Switch OLED dock. I'm like, dude, everything should have... Anything made after, like, 2005 should have an Ethernet port on it if it's meant for gaming. I don't want to hear if it's meant for home console gaming, I should say. Oh, that was kind of a snapper fart I had right there.
This is HDMI, Ethernet, so if you want to hook it up directly to your router, you can do that. Micro USB, and your power. Now, this has a Tegra 3 chipset in it. There's the same chipset that a shit ton of tablets have. One small advantage it has, and that's why I said I talk about the fan, is that they could run the Tegra 3 chipset, which is an NVIDIA-made chipset, which has a...
Thank you, Big Boss, for loving me.
Quad-core processor and decent graphics, is they could run it at full throttle in here because it's actually powered from the wall. A lot of times in tablets, they'll...
That is true, but I was pushing the quad-core thing way too much. It doesn't... You could have an 8-core... You could have a fucking 24-core chip. If the per core performance is garbage, doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, you could it could still be shit compared to like a dual core Pentium processor.
If you're running it on battery, they'll scale it back a little bit because of the fact that they want to, conserve battery life, and
that is true.
Maybe for overheating reasons. This, they could run that Tegra 3 chipset full speed, and they have a fan in there to cool it. You actually hear it if you're playing, especially 3D games. You'll actually hear the fan kick on and blow some air. It's quiet still, but it's just interesting that they could really push the Tegra 3 chipset more than they can in tablets. So that's it. That's the console. Nice looking console. Very.
Wonder what camera I was recording this on back then. I have no idea.
Good design. That's probably my favorite part about the Ouya. Now, let's put the Ouya over to the side.
Let's see what I said about the controller back then. I'm pretty sure I ripped it a new one.
Ouya. And talk about the controller. Mixed bag with this one, man. A lot of people.
Ooh, I went mixed bag. Really, Rich? It was bad, worse than mixed bag.
The good.
Because I recorded this in a kitchen, on a kitchen table. And it was very echoey. Like, zero production value here, folks. Zero production value.
About the controller. To me, it's comfortable to hold. A lot of people say these wings here are too thick. Maybe because I have fat gorilla hands. You can clearly see I have candy corn fingers. That doesn't bother me. I don't feel that. It feels pretty much just as good to hold ergonomically.
No, it didn't.
And how it meshes into your hand, it feels just as good as like a 360 controller. Face buttons, I think, are all great.
Controller.
PS3 and 360. You have the offset analog sticks like the 360. You have the convex.
That I did like.
Analog sticks that they don't have the concave like the 360 does. They're actually they're out. They're fanned out, and I like that better. So it's easier to do slight movements with it.
I always like the convex sticks better.
The buttons on the front, nice, good tactile feel. I have no complaints about anything with the face buttons. Then you get.
Ah, yes, this is where I start ripping it. Why did it take Nintendo till 21 to... Because they're Nintendo, dude. That's why.
Up to the top here. Bumpers are okay. These are fine. They feel just as good as the 360.
Yeah, the triggers were the worst part. That I will agree with. 2021 Rich will agree with that.
60 bumpers, but where the Ouya controller fails is these... I don't know what they were thinking, what crack they were smoking, what they were drinking, if they were guzzling moonshine, analog stick, or analog triggers, excuse me. These suck. When I first got the console, these got stuck a lot. You would push it down. I was playing, what shooter was I playing? It's the only one on the Ouya. I'm going to show it with the gameplay footage. But Shadowgun, excuse me.
Yeah, that was the game. That was the Gears of War knockoff.
I was playing Shadowgun. These triggers would get stuck. Actually, if you listen, I'm not sure where the mics are on my camcorder. You hear that it squeaks.
It was such a bad fucking controller. Words can't express how bad this controller was. I forgot to put ExpressVPN on tonight, so that's not the case. Maybe I fucking should have.
They just feel very cheap. These triggers are mushy. They're unresponsive. They just... I don't know what... It's like the worst design choice for analog triggers on a gamepad ever. Now, in the Ouya's defense, you could actually use... with the... You could use either a wired 360 controller. You could plug in the wireless...
Yeah, but why should you have to use another fucking controller from another console, Rich? That's stupid. It comes with a controller. That was the other thing. Oh, you get a console and the controller, and you could try all the games for free at first for $99. So if the controller, but you could use a third part. You could use a different company's controller. So what the fuck is the point?
Adapter like that you use on PCs with the 360 controller, and connect a wireless 360 controller, and via Bluetooth you can connect the PS3 controller. It's not as smooth as Ouya wants you to think it is. Some of the games work with it great, some don't, but you can do it. But no offense.
I guess it's YouTube across the board. People are saying, huh?
Ouya.
Yeah, I needed some like WD-40 in those fucking triggers.
Why should I have to depend on another company's controller for their console because yours isn't adequate enough? Another thing too, I almost forgot to mention this. That would have been an epic fail. This is a touchpad here, and it sucks.
Yeah, it did. It was
some games that this is obviously this is meant to if developers just want to do a cheap, painless port of an Android game. You could play Angry Birds by flicking the bird like that, even though Angry Birds, as far as I know, isn't available on the Ouya yet.
They had knockoff Angry Birds.
But it just is unresponsive. It doesn't, like, there's nothing here to tell you where the pad begins and ends, so you're looking to move the mouse cursor somewhere, and you're like, oh shit, it just stopped moving. Horrible, crappy design with that pad. They could have did better with that. This is the power button here, or not the power button, this is the home button, I mean to say. The other thing too, which is an epic facepalm, is that there's no like start and select button. So if you need to pause the game, developers had to kind of like do their own, they'd have to make like one of these buttons the pause button or one of these buttons. You know, it just, there was no thought on that either. Like,
oh, wow. I forgot about that. Yeah, what the fuck were they thinking? So you always had like buttons that had to be gimped in a way if you wanted to pause the game. The Mad Catz Mojo, I forgot about that thing. Wasn't that their like Android console? Do you still think phones can take over gaming? There's going to be like when we have where we could have like lag-free gaming with cloud gaming, and you could have like a good 5G connection anywhere or whatever connection we're on at that point. Then yeah, I think you'll have those AAA experiences where, like, say you want to play your game on your 75-inch whatever K TV at that point, you plop it on a dock like there, or your TV will have an app built into it. Or if you want to play the AAA game, we're already kind of at that stage now. It's just that it's nowhere near ready yet that we can just switch over to that. But yes, in the very distant future, I still see that. Oh my God, the button spelled Ouya. I never noticed that. Hi, I'm new here. Light Camera Jake, thank you for joining the horses. No, even Stadia is in a better place than fucking. I mean, eventually we are going to go to that cloud-only future, but it's going to take a very long time, longer than I initially thought. I was very bullish, saying, "Oh, the 8th generation is going to be the last generation of." Consoles, because we're gonna be like, no, that was a dumbass hot take, but I still generally think that they were going in that direction, just gonna take a much longer time. Lights Camera Jank, thank you for becoming a member, man. Thank you for becoming a horse tuber. Say Ouya softly into the mic.
Like, okay, yeah, I get it, you have the home button. It's trying to connect to the Ouya now, but I don't know. I haven't
That's what we should do, man. Get 4 people around to play the Ouya together. Yeah, Matthew, but there's going to be your internet's out, but when that internet isn't the internet, and then you have wireless 5G with low latency or whatever network we're on at that point, then you'll still be able to game. It's not going to happen overnight, though. Like I said, I was way too bullish on the time frame of it. It's just going to take much longer. I still hold to that. It's eventually going to be. Why do you think Microsoft is trying to like incorporate Xbox Game Pass into fucking televisions and stuff like that? Because it's very slowly. Now, here's the thing. Here's good news for you, Matthew. Is that the fuck ups from not Ouya, but someone just said it, Stadia and all the other cloud gaming services kind of stepped cloud gaming back, where people kind of look at it as toxic right now. So it's going to take even longer than anyone thought. But yes, slowly but surely it's going to get to that point. Ouija console, man. 4 fart and 2 snort. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Man, you guys got some patterns going on here, huh?
Very mixed on this controller. They could have done a hell of a lot better. It's kind of like because they probably were trying to rush this thing out because they were so behind schedule anyway.
Yeah, no shit.
Anyway, this almost feels like to me a prototype controller. It holds well in the hand. It's not the worst controller I've ever used, but there's some glaring flaws that I cannot forgive it for. So,
no, it ended up being the worst controller I've ever used.
I don't know. Not a fan of this controller. Not the worst I've ever held, but by far not the best. So, all right.
You want a 2020? I got something. People want me, if I can get it for the price not being... if I can get it for sub 1,000, I'm going to try to get a new in-box Wii U. A lot of people seem to have interest in that.
I'm going to go take this bad boy up to my workstation, hook it up via HDMI, capture some gameplay footage, and give you my final thoughts.
Yeah, well, you know, like I said to you, I'm actually all about just having the hardware in the home. I don't want to go to a cloud-only future. I don't. But I have to call it like it is, and I do think 15-plus years from now we will be there. But 15-plus... a while from now. It's not going to fucking happen overnight. It's not going to happen anywhere near as quick as, like, 2012 Rich thought it was going to happen.
All right, guys, sorry about the stock music. It's pretty tough to get actual footage from the Ouya.
I remember that. Now, it's funny, I remember that. It was tough to, for some reason, capturing audio was a pain in the ass from the Ouya.
I can't get it from the AverMedia Live Gamer Portable due to HDCP, and the Hauppauge, it doesn't get along with too well. But anyway, this is Vector. You could also get this on iOS and Android, but
This game is pretty good, but again, it's just a fucking tablet game that you can play anywhere. Or, you know what I mean?
I have to say, this is the smoothest version I've played on the Ouya. The controls are really responsive. Granted, you're only using the left analog stick to do all the maneuvers you would do on a touchscreen, but it's very responsive. It runs the smoothest I've seen this game run. I've tried it on numerous tablets and smartphones, and it works well. I mean, it's not necessary on the Ouya.
That's the problem.
But it's a really good port, and it works well with the gamepad. Can't complain about it. Beast Boxing for the Ouya. This is another good game.
Yeah, no one. This
good
game
controls. The graphics are nice and clean. It's nothing revolutionary or uber special, but it's a lot of fun to play.
Oh yeah, this game was pretty good. I remember.
And it's hard as hell, so you'll get a challenge out of it. I enjoyed this one too.
Does it play Cyberpunk at 4K 60? Yes, it does actually.
A Fist of Awesome. I think I said that right. This game is okay.
Yeah, this game was shit.
Hey, they try to do like a 16-bit, 8-bit beat 'em up, like a hybrid between like an SNES Genesis game and a Commodore 64 game.
God, that airport or airport lounge music.
It gets boring and repetitive. The enemies are too easy. I like the graphic style. They did the really hardcore 8-bit meets 16-bit thing, but I've played much better beat 'em ups. Pass on this one.
Yeah, this was boring.
The Amazing Frog.
Yes.
Frog.
We have to play this one night on stream, man, or during the day. We have to. This
is. I don't even know where to begin with this.
It's the Amazing Frog. Oh, I farted.
This here, this like really floppy frog that
farts.
You try to make him stay in the air as long as possible. There's like really crude physics. He farts randomly sometimes when he stands back up.
Yes. Best game ever, man. This is like the Schindler's List of fun. This is the Citizen Kane of video games here, kids. This is the game that you're going to want to tell your grandchildren about.
Maybe in like 1999 this would have been impressive as like a physics demo, but it what the fuck am I even playing? Yeah, don't go near this. Maybe for 5 minutes it's tolerable. Ugh. Wind Up Night. This is another good one. I like it. It's fun. Graphics are nice and clean.
But wasn't this another mobile game?
It's simple, easy to pick up and play, and you get to beat the shit out of chickens.
Oh. Carlos would be pissed.
What more can you ask for? Shadowgun, a blatant Gears of War ripoff. It's a pretty decent game. It's fun to play on the tablet.
What Mad Cats? The Mad Cats Mojo?
Is that what? The multiplayer app that's available for tablets is a lot of fun. I'm surprised that wasn't on the Ouya. But Again, it's okay. You could play it with a gamepad on your tablet via Bluetooth, so it's just kind of pointless to be on the Ouya.
It is. That's so fucking true still.
It looks good. It's one of the prettiest games.
I would say the only thing I disagree with in this video now mostly is my take on the controller. I don't know what I was thinking with saying that in the video. I wasn't lying, but I guess maybe I used it more after, and I was like, fuck, this thing is awful.
On this console, but I just feel the whole time like I wish I was playing Gears of War. It's just a generic Gears of War clone that's fine for tablets, but for a console hooked to your big HD TV, this was stupid. It was dumb to even put on the Ouya's App Store.
Yep.
And last but not least is Chrono Blade.
This was a pretty good game, but it ran like shit on the Ouya.
It's a fun game. Good beat 'em up. Love the action in this game. It's a blast to play, but this is also available for free on Facebook.
Oh!
And it's going to be for many other platforms. It's this version, the frame rate is all over the place.
Yeah, it was. I remember that. I remember getting pissed off because I was actually kind of enjoying it. And because the frame rate would drop down to like 10 frames, like, fuck. Like, every time I'm getting into the game, it, like, just falls apart.
Gets very choppy sometimes. It's not an ideal experience for this game on the Ouya. It's a great game, but there's much better ways to play it. I would pass on the Ouya version. Now it's time for my final thoughts.
I don't care about your final thoughts. The final thoughts is that the console sucks. They show that controller like it's the second coming of Christ.
I love video games, but
I would hope to fucking God you did. You'd be in the wrong field if you didn't, but actually there's a lot of executives that don't give a fuck. A lot of executives don't give a fuck about video games that are just there because they got like a 8-figure fucking salary.
people are moving away from the television. There's a lot
But yet we want you to play games on the television.
of focus today on the mobile and web platform. It's easier to develop games for those platforms than the television.
Yeah, but a lot of those games just get like buried underneath like the few handfuls of games that everyone just goes to. Happens on the Switch too. Happens on Steam. Especially on Steam.
Costs a lot of money. You have to work with established players in the space, and I've been trying to
Yeah.
figure out how do we get them back to it. Ouya.
give him a console that's based on an underpowered chipset that's not going to have an install base. Yes, problem solved.
That is a new game called.
I remember being excited watching your Ouya video back, and I can't believe it's been 8 years. Yes, it does. Time fly, man. And at the time, like I said, I was excited too because it was essentially solving a problem that seemed like it did need to be fixed. It wasn't they were trying to solve something that no one needed. It did need to be solved, but then the major three solved it. Then there was no need for the Ouya anymore. Rest in peace, the fucking Ouya.
Console for the television that's built on Android.
I love how they keep showing that Shadowgun game because it looks like if you show it with Gaussian blur or however you say that word, it like, wow, it almost kind of looks like Gears of War, except it looks much worse. So they keep showing it. Like, stop showing that game. You could play that on fucking tablets right now. You could play that on tablets even back then. Stop showing it.
Open source technology. It's an inexpensive game console for gamers. All the games are free to try. Anybody that wants to develop a game for a television, we allow them the ability to do this. I've been a part of the game industry.
Yeah, but if no one owns the fucking console, they're still not developing the game for the television. Fun fact, by the way, like I said, that was other thing that was true in my video. I agree with everything in the video, minus most of my take on the controller. You could just hook up, like I said in the other video, you could just hook up a fucking tablet. Hook up a tablet. Hook up a goddamn tablet to your TV. There was a lot of, this is when Android tablets were still like a thing that everyone was like, they thought like, oh my God, everyone's buying iPads. Let's make an Android version of the iPad. And you had tablets that had HDMI out. You get a tablet. Remember NVIDIA was, or not NVIDIA, Google had the Nexus tablets, or there was other brands too. They had like micro HDMI. Get a cable, hook up a Bluetooth controller. Same experience, maybe even better because it has a more powerful chipset, even at this time. These old videos, including yours, have me connecting my iPad on my TV, playing games back in middle school. LMO, I was That's the thing. You could do that. So like thinking back, like the Ouya was already pointless at this time because buy a tablet with an HDMI output, much more versatile, and you're going to probably get a better gaming experience because it has a more powerful chipset. Optimal way to watch RTU video stream with ExpressVPN and listen on your Raycons. Raycon. I actually forgot, but I 99% of streams I'm always on ExpressVPN. Like I use the shit that I'm wearing Mack Weldon pants right now. I cut out the ass on them to have assless chaps, but I'm wearing the pants. Ouya blew it. That was good. That was fucking good.
For a really long time. In the early days of gaming, you could take your Apple IIe, write your own programming, and take your game to market.
The console business.
Yeah, and you could still do that with computers today. So what the fuck is the point?
Says it is.
What is your point with that? Brian, talk to me, Brian. Talk to me.
Today is completely closed.
This man speaks to me for some reason. He's a man. Well, technically, he is a man that's speaking to me right through the camera right now.
To the independent developer.
The process overhead for console development is really just too much for us.
There's a lot of hurdles for developers to get games onto the...
Which at the time, that part was true. That's what made the Ouya seem exciting. Then that they removed that hurdle to a degree, and everyone was like, what is all right, I can play my AAA games and indie games on my 360. Why do I need it? And it runs games like shit too.
Television. Developing is extremely expensive.
That guy looks really, really, really... What happened there? Did one of his dick pics slip out? Look at his face. Holy shit. He is distressed, man. Did someone tickle his butthole with... I didn't want you to say anything. Maybe that was up his ass. Yodeling. I didn't want it to talk, though, so it fucking pissed me off.
Extremely expensive. I love the television, and I want those games on the television.
I thought you said people were moving away from the television. Now they're back on the television. Now they're moving away from the television. Now that they love the television. Now they fap to the porn on the television, but they don't fap to porn on the television. They fap to porn on their phone. Which one is it, Julie? You're all over the place, Julie. Your controller was shit, Julie.
We wanted to make a great product. I went out to find the best people that can do it, and that's Eve Behar and the Fuse Project.
Those great people, how'd that work out, Julie? Let me know in the comments below.
Over the years, we've worked on a lot of projects.
Over the years, we've worked on a lot of projects. I also had the cucumber up my ass. And with the cucumber, we've designed the controller. We sit there, we took the piece, took the fucking wood, and we made this controller perfect. All the buttons eventually will get stuck, but that's fine. You can just hook up your PS3 controller because we made the perfect controller. The perfect controller is the PS3 controller. Don't ask me fucking questions.
Projects that
I don't comb my hair when I get out of bed in the morning. Whatever way my head, whatever bed head I had is the way that God's intended my hair to be. God intended my hair to make. I am beautiful just the way I am.
Take a certain technology and make it available to
all right, he doesn't have an accent, but fuck you. He looks like he should have one with a name like that.
Too many. I mean, the $100 laptop is one, and the Jam.
The $100 laptop has more horsepower than... No, that one didn't. But you get my... Oh, this one, Bluetooth speakers are still a thing. I'll shut the fuck... What am I talking about? Shut the fuck up, Rich. Now you're just making up shit. Liar. Exposed.
Box, for example. We like to use all the different parts of design, fuse them together, whether it's...
We're passionate about making a complete fucking garbage controller. Look at this man rub this wood with all of fierce intensity. God, I love rubbing this wood. God, I love it. Oh, God. God, this controller still is going to be shit and all the buttons are going to get stuck. Oh, poor manufacturing, but I'm rubbing the wood. Rub it.
industrial design or user experience.
The most important part of this to us is the controller.
We really
Whoops!
we focus a lot on what gamers are looking for. Precise controls, tactile.
There, that I could say. Whether you think I contradicted myself in my review into what I said now, that's fine, but there was no precision there. There was zero fucking precision.
Right sizing. What makes it...
Ooh, look at him. He's saying ooh. Look at him. Ooh, ooh, that controller, man. Ooh, we fucked up.
Ouya different.
Oh, yeah, the game stick. Oh, my God, the micro console phase was like, it was as bad as the Android tablet phase where everyone thought was a gold rush. It is the most important part of the controller to them that speaks volume. Yeah, it's the most important part of the controller. Minus the fact the controller was one of the shittiest controllers, if not the shittiest controller I have ever used. They spent so much time advertising this fucking controller, and the controller is shit. It's shit!
And gives it the potential of changing the gaming environment. Is you're able to build things right.
They were just better off saying, yo, just hook up your PS3 controller with a Bluetooth, Chief. You're set. Just make it work around that, and they probably would have been in a better place.
From the start, you don't have to pay
Oh, look at that board.
outrageous amounts of money for a dev kit. You don't have to.
I love how they show the guy looking like he's like, oh my God, I'm just gonna make sure that this wood prototype controller is the best fucking piece of wood I ever fucking carved.
Have a lot of credentials, just good ideas.
The more we have something like this open console that can break that, it's going to open.
Yeah, but you know what I didn't realize even back then, and I kind of just popped in my head. You know what was an open console? The Atari 2600. How did that love story end? Did it end like Twilight? I never watched Twilight. Did the Twilight end good? Did Twilight end bad? It ended fucking terrible. How did that chapter close for Atari with the 2600? Yeah, it caused a fucking video game crash because there was no quality control. And even when you had the Nintendo seal of quality, sure, there was plenty of shit games still, but it wasn't like, oh my God, this isn't even a game. This guy is riding an AT-AT and pistol whipping sperm. That's not a game. You want to know what other console had games like that? Atari 2600. They had a game called Beat 'em and Eat 'em, where the guy was on the top of a building jerking his cock and women were below swallowing his sperm. Family-friendly stream. But that is a game. It's called Beat 'em and Eat 'em for the Atari 2600. When you don't have any kind of system in place to make sure the games are at least not necessarily good, but at least competent and function as games, you get an Atari 2600 or you get an Ouya. But they were trying in 2013 to make that as a selling point. Man, how people repeat history and forget history. Reminds you of the PS3 OG. No, that probably would have been better. There was a listing for 200 Ouya on eBay because now it's like a curiosity piece. They're curious.
Up for a new business segment for the independent developers.
Since it's Android.
Like they're literally selling what killed the Atari. Think about that. That kind of clicked in my head right now. They're literally selling the Ouya on what made the Atari 2600 an arguable. Granted, the other consoles how they marketed were shit too. It's a more complicated story. But the beginning of the end of Atari was when the 2600 fucked up and caused the gaming crash. And here they are in 2012 selling the Ouya on what killed another major console company. Great job. Which console was the one that was a scam? Oh, the Coleco Chameleon. Remember that? And then that guy, I think it was Mike Kennedy. Well, first off, because I was criticizing the Ouya, he was going to try to take my videos down. So, Mike, you could go fuck yourself for that one. No one's trying to take my videos down, so it's not 100% a mirror image, but it sounds a little familiar. Is there another console I'm being critical of that people want to say that I'm bullying them and attacking them for stating my opinion? I don't know what that console's name is. God, I can't think of it right now. God. It's not coming to me. Why do you come? Which console was... So that was the Coleco Chameleon.
Android-based, we have a great 3D port of Cannonball that's on Android already. That would be really fun to see up on the TV.
We have a prototype.
Yeah, you know how you could have saw it on a TV? Hooking up a tablet with HDMI output. Hooking up a Bluetooth controller, have the same experience, if not better. Kitten Production Studio, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that.
And it works. We'll have all the game genres you love. Shooters, platformers, sports.
Now, Pat the NES Punk, in his defense, and again, I'm objective, even if I'm not a fan of somebody, he already had a decent following because of his Pat the NES Punk videos. I would say if you want to fine-tune that statement, Bullcraft, that helped his podcast take off. That I would agree with you on. Amazing console. My jaw's hitting the ground. Never seen Flash games like this. Do you remember the game stick? And if so, can you review it? Oh, that may be interesting. That would either be like a 2,000 view video or a 2 million view video, because that is a curious fucking failure. But can I even get games for it to play? At least the Ouya was such a famous failure that there's like a community that's holding the games up on a server. I don't even know if there's... I remember Mark from Classic Game Room reviewed that. Like, with the whole thing with that was you had the controller, there was a stick inside of it. That was the gaming console, and the stick had an HDMI port, so it was like, hey, you could take your console with you anywhere. Cool. I could also take my fucking phone with me anywhere. And have an even better gaming experience. Okay. Anyway, let's go back to this.
RPGs. We'll have games from major game publishers. And
yes,
indies
further
too.
investigation
We'll have a full
required.
store of games, all free to play. Minecraft is going to be on it. And
Yeah. Did that ever happen? I don't think so. I love these big, bold promises. Hey, Rich, I'm playing Proteus is so good. I don't know what the plot and setting is. Just shoot a bunch of shit and have fun. I don't know, but it's a good game.
Twitch TV, so you can watch StarCraft and League of Legends.
This is the perfect hybrid to have something that's inexpensive, it's open, and it comes with a fantastic controller.
That face, I didn't even mean to do that. But you know what? Julie, you described the controller with that face. Thank you.
Can I taste your nuts?
It's not my style.
Open for hackers that want to tweak the box and make it their own.
Open for hackers. Hey, hackers. Hey, anyone buying an Ouya, put in your credit card information immediately. Don't worry. Ouya will keep it safe. No, they won't.
This is a big undertaking.
Please understand.
Effectively, we're trying to disrupt an established industry. It takes a lot.
Oh, that word disrupt. I'm so tired of the word disrupt. Fuck the word disrupt and fuck anyone who uses it. It's so generic now.
A lot of guts and courage. Well, I wasn't a female, I say big balls. We've raised money.
I'm male and I'm going to say small penis because I got one. It's small. It ain't big.
From friends and family, but it takes more. Kickstarter is a phenomenal place where early ideas can...
Kickstarter is a phenomenal place where you could waste a lot of money and not get products delivered to you because they all fall through and a lot of people just went off and spent them on gold trailers and Coke money.
The Ouya is a promising platform. With sleek,
That didn't age well.
expensive hardware and a custom Android-based OS, it gives indie developers a gateway to the living room and players an ever-expanding library of free-to-try games. But in its attempt to fill the void between traditional consoles and mobile devices, the Ouya struggles to find value and utility of its own. Designed by Fuse Project, the studio that created the Jambox, the Ouya is sleek and
That's a promising place to come. But designed by the company that created a Bluetooth speaker, they sound like they know how to make a console. Damn it.
modern with aluminum casing and a smooth tapering base. It's about as big as a Rubik's Cube, making it simple to integrate into any entertainment center. Though it features USB ports and an Ethernet jack, all users will need to get started is the included power adapter, HDMI cable, and controller. Aside from encountering a few failed firmware updates, the initial setup was otherwise effortless.
I mean, we could roast me for not making the controller seem as bad as it actually was. I didn't do that on purpose. I guess maybe I just had a more positive take on the controller with as much as I tried it for the review. But when you can't download the fucking firmware, that's not effortless. That's a red flag right in the beginning. Stop.
Just pair the included controller over Bluetooth, connect to a Wi-Fi network, create an Ouya
Hoo-ha.
account, and you're good.
Scott eats... Wait a second. Scott eats kids? Is that really his name? Scott eats kids. Whoa. Okay.
To go. The UI is flat and simple, broken down into 4 sections: play, discover, make, and manage. Play is a shortcut to your library of apps and games.
Oh yeah, they had that Sonic the Hedgehog 4, which I think they only ran at like 30 FPS, so it was kind of shitty.
Discover takes you to the store, and manage houses the settings and system info. Game titles are presented as thumbnails and arranged in rows, making for a visually arresting, albeit unorganized, experience. Without any means of
very unorganized
sorting or categorizing, your collection quickly becomes overwhelming, especially since all of the games on the platform are free to try. Under the hood, the Ouya sports 8 gigabytes of storage.
8 gigabytes of storage even back then was bad. Bad.
1 gigabyte of RAM, and runs on a
Hey y'all, Scott here.
Tegra 3 processor, a generation behind NVIDIA's latest chip, the Tegra 4. Though more than capable for many apps and games, performance is inconsistent to say the least. Less demanding titles run with ease, but detailed 3D titles like Shadowgun struggle to maintain smooth frame rates during firefights and other action
That's an understatement.
segments. Even the primary UI chokes at times, with noticeable hiccups when browsing your library too quickly.
Both episodes of Sonic 4 were on all platforms. Ah, okay. I saw a guy in the game's credits once named Dick Smallberries. That's what they call me.
Launching and loading games is otherwise fairly fast. Every game or app on Ouya has been updated or developed.
Then you had that nice high bandwidth USB 2.0 that you could store your games on externally, which I guess for the games that were on here, I guess was fine.
For use with its controller, whereas other Android gaming devices tack it on. Ouya's take on a traditional gamepad is familiar, but distinctly its own. If I were to
Yes, because it was shit.
describe the design in 2 words, it'd be flat and dense. The handles are thick and conform well enough to your hand, but the base is unusually flat, with a fairly sharp, straight edge at the top, making it uncomfortable to reach the triggers and shoulder buttons. Otherwise, the thumbsticks, D-pad, and action buttons all feel great and springy. The Ouya's controller is like the DualShock 4, in that it comes with an integrated touch surface, though there's not much of a use for it currently in most apps and games.
No, like I said, that was just them. Okay, if people just want to lazily slop over Android games. That's all that was. There was no innovation behind that.
While a centered Ouya button will take you back to the main UI, there's no dedicated button for contextual menus.
Yeah, there's not, like, that was, I forgot how big of a fail it was until I saw my review. That's really a huge fucking deal.
Result, developers have assigned the role to one of the action buttons, but the configuration varies from title to title. The latency and accuracy of the controller is also erratic.
See, I don't remember having an issue with the latency. I wonder if that was like a hardware thing that like if the Ouya was more popular, that maybe there would have been a recall or something, because mine didn't have that. That I do remember.
Many games reflect commands without any noticeable lag, while others are sluggish and imprecise.
God, that fucking Sonic game was like garbage.
More often than not, the thumbsticks have a perceivable dead zone. However, these aren't unsolvable problems. By working with developers and releasing updated software, Ouya can better standardize the control scheme and minimize some of these performance issues. But the Ouya's biggest challenge isn't latency or processor performance, it's content. Although the Ouya boasts over 276 apps and games,
most of them are shit.
A vast majority of them are optimized versions of older titles released on other platforms. While there are standouts and recognizable names like Sonic the Hedgehog 4, Chronoblade, Final Fantasy III, and Cannonball, the only benefit to playing them on the Ouya is the console-style TV experience.
Did the touchpad have any major use? No, it was mainly a gimmick on the PS4 as well. Like, I've played a lot of games, but yeah, no, it was like, maybe it was like the type in passwords and stuff, it made that easier. But then you could just use it like the gyro to do that. It wasn't really fundamentally useful. It's funny, I think with like Astro's Playroom on the PS5, they found more fucking use with it.
There are also a few NES, PS1, and N64
Oh, that looks fantastic. I should go jump on that emulator right now.
emulators available for the system. But the capacity to play unstable, decades-old games is hardly what I'd call a killer app. Even key media apps like Netflix and Hulu are missing, with only Flickster or Twitch TV as alternatives. The caliber of games is also lacking. Many are good for 20 minutes of novelty, but I found myself getting bored quickly and never revisiting them. And if you have compelling experiences nearby on your PS3, your Xbox 360, or PC, it's hard to justify spending a ton of time with the Ouya. There's no questioning the potential for the platform, but there are some obvious limitations and a critical lack of alluring content for early adopters. But at $99, it's hard to get too down on the Ouya, even with its...
Yes, it is, because you could, especially at this time, we were on the eve of the 8th gen consoles, this Xbox One and PS. Save that money towards a generation of consoles that you know you're going to get more out of. Like, this doesn't, hey, buy this instead to play games that you could play on other platforms that you already have. Sign me up. No.
Glaring issues. For those intrigued by the concept, it's not an unreasonable sum to pay, flaws and all.
No, it was an unreasonable sum.